Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel and another episode of Relationship Talks. This is one of the new things that's being added to the channel outside of the regular reality TV romance and dating reviews and recaps, where we're just going to kind of chop it up on different subjects that goes on in regards to relationships. In this particular video, we're talking about how or whether you are a placeholder in your relationship. So before we jump into this, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. If you like the video, smash the like button and drop a comment down below. So there was this question I came across on TikTok in regards to why is it that sometimes people hold on to others even though they don't want a relationship. In this particular case, it's referring to a woman, but we're going to look at it as a balanced approach. So I'm going to let you listen to this video.
Why is it that men hold on to a woman even
though they aren't ready for a relationship with that woman? There are two reasons for this. Reason one is for attention, and reason two is for sex. If you've been talking to somebody for months and they still aren't ready to commit to a real relationship with you, they're literally using you as a placeholder until they can find the person that they want to settle down with. It's unfortunate, but it's true.
Okay, so you heard what he had to say and the reasons behind it. Attention and usually sex, right? So usually, as I always mention on this channel about being intentional, it's extremely important for the person to be intentional and also for the person on the other end of the relationship to know the other person's intentions. And in a situation where a person hasn't made it known whether or not they want to be in a relationship with that person, is a telltale sign that you have to keep your eyes open for that. And I know they're referring to a woman looking to find out if she's going to be in a certain relationship with this man, but it could work both ways, because you can have one of the parties in the relationship interested in taking it to another level, but that other person is just not ready to do that. And usually there are reasons that they tend to stay in the relationship. On one side, you may have, like in this case, a woman on the receiving end. She's being held as a placeholder, as he stated, because of the fact that this man wants continuous attention and possibly sex from her or whatever else that she's providing that he necessarily don't want to give up. However, she's not that one that he wants to make a life partner with. On the flip side, there's where the guy has made his intentions known to the lady in his life, but for whatever reason, she's not ready to move forward. And it's not because she's not necessarily unsure. She may just not really want or is into him, but because of whatever resources he's providing, whether it could be money or any other thing or even attention, it's something to keep her there until the next person comes around that, she might feel is a better replacement for what she's really looking for. Now, in my opinion, if you're truly not into that person, I think you need to make your intentions known and move on and not waste time and find the person that you're actually looking for. Never want to keep a person as a placeholder in a relationship. Number one, it's not fair to you because you got somebody in that position that technically your actual person may be across the room thinking that you're currently in a relationship when you're technically not. You're just sitting around waiting for that person who that may be. And maybe if you kind of move away and clean up that unfinished business that you have, now that allows that space for that new person who you really want to come in. On the other side, it's not fair to the person that is interested in taking it to the next level. They need to know where they stand. And if it's not with a future with you, then at this point, they need to also move on, because somebody's going to get hurt in this situation, and people's resources on either side is being used. And at the same time, you need to clear yourself out the way, so that allows the space for that person to get the person who really appreciates them, and at the same time they actually appreciate that person. I think sometimes we tend to make relationships more complicated than it can be. And I get it. Some people are kind of stuck. I don't want to lose this, but I really don't want to be there. But the best way to do that, if you can't work it out or figure out a way to move forward with the person that you have, is kind of, look at this as a situation like, okay, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste their time. And I don't want anybody hurt out of the situation. And especially if you're utilizing whatever resources, whether it's money, whether it's attention, and whether it's sex, and whether, either side, So let me know what you guys think on this. I thought that was a pretty good video that I wanted to share and kind of have some dialogue about. You never want to be a placeholder in a relationship where somebody is just stringing you along until the next best person come along, and then they wife this person up or become a husband or whatever the situation is in that. So, I just hope that, we get to a point where we can be intentional with each other. And if in fact you are truly not into that person, make that known. And if there's no way of, finding a way to make it work with that person, to building intimacy with that person, instead of just sitting there dragging them along just because you just need to have somebody beside you, it's doing nothing in the process at all, but, causing more pain down the line, because that person that is in that relationship who has started to build feelings and whatnot, at some point they're going to know where you stand, and you're going to have to be honest. And if you're not, because you're not ready to push that button and say, okay, I'm going to go out here and find who I really want, you're going to end up have to lie to that person, and that just impounds more complications to an already potentially bad situation, So I thought it was interesting, as I said before. You never want to be a placeholder, for anyone, especially if they're waiting for that next person to come around. So let me know what you think. Do you think that, this is a situation that a person can grow from? Only two people in it are willing to do that, then fine, great. Some people can feel some kind of way coming in and realize this is the man or woman of their dreams. On the flip side of this, if in fact that you can't get past it and this person is just not the person for you, what do? Let me know what your thoughts are. I wanted to consistently bring you guys a balanced view, because I know sometimes we want to point the finger at the other, side. But it works both ways. Relationships involve two people, and both people have to work at it. And at the same time, if you can't, clean up the unfinished business and then leave everybody whole. It's a lot of trauma out there, and a lot of the trauma that comes from bad choices and bad relationships cause these types of situations. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Relationship Talks. I will be bringing you more in the future. So like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.